When we talk about percent of change, we're usually going to use proportion. Sometimes you can set it up as a fraction and find the percent from there. But the percent proportion is the amount of change over the original amount equals the percent over 100. So if we start with problem number 1, a plant grew from 3 inches to 9 inches. Well, that's a change and it's growing. So the first thing I need to know is that is an increase because it's increasing in size. So from 3 inches to 9 inches. So I'm going to set up a blank proportion, and I know the top has to be the amount of change. So label that. So this is the change, and the bottom should be the original. And we have percent over 100. Okay, so I know that the plant grew from 3 inches to 9 inches. That tells me that the original amount, what it started at, was 3 inches. And to figure out the change, I need to subtract and find out how much did it grow. So from 3 inches to 9 inches, 9 minus 3 is 6 inches. It grew 6 inches. Well, I can either simplify, I can find a factor of change, I can cross multiply and divide. But in this case, it's really easy for me to see that the rate of change from 3 to 6, I can multiply by 2. So 100 times 2 is 200. So that is a 200% increase. Okay, for number 2. Eric's starting salary was $8 and now it is $10. So set up a blank proportion. And I know that this is the change over the original equals the percent over 100. So the change here from $8 to $10. First of all, my original amount is $8. And if it's now $10, I increase my pay by $2. So it's 2/8. Well, this time let's practice cross multiply and divide. I could simplify here. So if I have 2/8, I can simplify to 1/4, and then I can use rate of change. But I can also cross multiply. 1 times 100 is 100. Divided by 4 gives me 25. So since this is increasing, this is a 25% increase. So I used factor of change. Here I simplified and I used cross multiply and divide. So I would like you to pause the video and try to set up number 3 for me. Okay, so a woman was 180 pounds and is now 150 pounds. So pause please and then set it up. Okay, I hope the first thing that you did was to label. So when I label, it helps me remember what is to be put where. Always label proportions so that you make fewer mistakes. Okay, if you have not done so yet, please pause and actually solve this. Okay, the original weight was 180 pounds. And then it looks like she lost weight. How much weight did she lose? She lost 30 pounds. Okay, so in this case, once again, I'm going to try to simplify first. I know I can divide 30 and 180 by, well, 30. So I get 1/6. Well, I know I can't find a factor of change here, so I'm going to have to cross multiply and divide to solve, or I can divide to find my factor of change. So 1 times 100 and divide it by 6. Don't forget to bring up your decimal. 1/6. And this is going to be a repeating decimal. So I can either write my answer as 16 6/10 repeating percent, or I remember that 6/10 repeating is a fraction, so I can also call that 16 2/3%. And that was decreasing in weight, so it's a percent decrease. Okay, on your own, I would like you to answer number 4. Bring this one back to class. This is going to be on your whisk, so please make sure that you have the whisk done. Solve this problem before you come back. Enrollment is in a class increased from 25 students to 30 students, I should see a proportion. I should see you using one of your strategies. You can simplify. You can use the rate of change, the factor of change, or you can use cross multiply and divide. All right?